All right, guys, welcome back. It's me, Daniel, with VintageMagic.com. And these cards are going to be on our eBay auctions coming up pretty much, let's say, probably starting this week, basically, for 10 days. So I think they're either going to list them on Friday or Saturday. I'll put our link to our eBay store below. If you're interested in bidding on them, take a look and let me know what you think. So these cards are really great for the Alpha 40 players. You know, I wouldn't really say it's ideal for the super high-end collectors because they're all 8.5s. And by the way, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through some of them and you guys can browse. And so there's a lot of really great cards here. They're all packed fresh. Pretty much out of starters back in the day. Some really nice old school cards, you know, for your deck if you're looking to crack these open. Or you could actually make a set for the BGS set registry is also very popular. These cards are very popular to do that. You know, cards like this card, Giant Growth, really minty, fresh, pack fresh. But the problem is they're just really off-centered all the time. So, you know, I think the grades for most of these are just about 0.5, if 1 point away from the next grade, which is a 9. So, lots of high-end quality, you know, examples here that are just pack fresh, but not quite, you know, making the grade for 9. It really has to do with centering. I mean, if you look at the centering, most of it's 8 or 8.5, and that does a big deal. You know, a lot of people are playing also the format called Alpha 40. For those of you in the Alpha 40 Facebook group, I'll put the link below. And yeah, I mean, you know, people are really enjoying playing with these older Alpha cards. And to explain kind of how the Alpha 40 works, basically you have minimum 40 cards of Alpha. And you're basically trying to, you know, create a broken deck or just fun fact. It could be total jank also. It doesn't have to necessarily be great, you know, combos. And, you know, I think one of the craziest combos ever was the, I think, the fabled 20 Wheel of Fortunes and 20 Alpha Black Lotuses, something like that. You know, obviously your goal there is to deck the opponent. And it's really interesting because these kind of, you know, there's no ban or restricted list. You can pretty much play with whatever you want, with how many cards you want, and it makes everything really broken. And it kind of, you know, it kind of reminds me a lot of, it kind of gives you the idea of what the cards should have, you know, obviously the ban and restricted list was meant for, you know, because you start realizing the power of some of these powerful cards. Like, you know, I had one of my decks that was, I think, at 8 Ancestral Recalls or something. And basically the goal was to, you know, I had 6 Time Twisters, 4 Lotuses, 3 or 4 Time Twisters. Yeah, and then 6 Time Walks, 6 Alpha Mox Sapphires, 3 or 4 Blue Duels, or if you just do an island, it's fine too. And then the winning condition is also the good old Black Vice. So I think I had 6 or 8 of those. I think I had 6 of those. So the idea basically with my deck was, you know, to basically never give the opponent an actual real turn. You know, it's kind of like one of those things where I myself would take a lot of turns with the Time Walk, but their opponent would never get a real turn. Oh, by the way, this card right here, the Scathe Zombies, this was damage on the case. The card is perfectly fine, so this is a perfect opportunity for someone to buy this and crack it out for Alpha 40. People have asked me, why do people even grade these cards at 8.5? Why would anybody ever just buy these you know, why would everybody ever grade them? And I think in some cases, people actually send off a lot of different cards. It could be 9 quality or 9.5 quality and 8.5, 8 quality. And they're not really appraising any of the cards, if that makes sense. All they're doing is sending off the cards and hoping for the best, if that makes sense. And, you know, it actually costs a lot of money for grading fees. I mean, and also the time delay too. I think Beckett recently put on, for the none guarantees, these are pretty much taking about a year plus. So if you are a set collector or of any kind, these are taking a very long time to get back, and the fees just keep going up and up and up. So in a way, these are actually pretty great, you know, investments for, you know, if you find the right collector who really wants one, they're going to pay a little bit more of a premium because they don't want to wait around. And I think that's going to be a thing later on because, you know, supply and demand. If you're a set collector, you don't want to wait around for, you know, essentially waiting for Beckett to get their act together. So that's one thing I saw with some of the groups. This Quasar was pretty cool. Fireball, Alpha Fireball. So yeah, so if you're looking for some of these cool cards for your set or Alpha 40, these will be on our eBay store. You know, there's a plethora of Alpha commons and uncommons, different cards. Keep in mind, I'm also going to be more aggressive on selling on our eBay auctions. I'm sorry, this will be on eBay auction. So you'll see pretty much weekly auctions in the month of, March, and also April and May. So you're going to see quite a bit of auctions. I've been taking a break also from doing the auctions in the past. I did a lot of them last year, but I'm going to get right back into it. The main reason why I wasn't able to do so was I did so much traveling with the videos that you've been seeing. Like we have the videos with the Woz deal we did recently. Also have the Orlando trip. I met with Edwin and Open Boosters. I'll have some more video about that. But yeah, that's part of the thing is I've had so much travel lately. I'm a little bit tired. Also went to Netherlands for a deal. Went to Australia to pick up the highest graded BGS or highest graded Alpha Lotus. Actually, the highest sold Alpha Lotus publicly, which is the PSA 10 Alpha Lotus signed by Christopher Rush, one of 2 in the world, and it was bought by a client for $435,000 realized. Basically, I got a combination of cash and trade, which resulted in that. Basically, in that deal, I received $160,000 cash, and I also received a Quad Plus Alpha Lotus, which sold for $275,000, which I think that's actually the highest BGS sale of a card so far. So publicly. Now, there is obviously a BGS 10 Alpha Lotus. There's only one of those in the highest graded set in the world. The guy is not going to sell it, but clearly that is one of the best cards out there. And if it was for sale, the Alpha BGS 10, it would probably go for, I'd probably say over a couple million, at least $1 million over that. This is a really cool card. This is a Psionic Blast Alpha, really nice pack fresh condition. I think I got 8 edges because there's sometimes additional paper and some of the Alpha cards that are on this edge, but other than that, it's pack fresh. This is a really tough card, by the way. Steel Artifact. It's almost always off-centered. Find one that's 9.5 for that. That's really rare. Yeah, Nick. I hear the kids yelling. Sorry. You got the Life Tap. That's a pretty cool uncommon. Yeah, so, you know, we have some really cool stuff going on. You know, you got some big deals that have happened. Kind of changing the landscape in the marketplace. People have, you know, always wondered, you know, well, is a private sale real? Is it for real? What should I do there? And I always say to you guys, if you got to look at your source. You know, we're not looking to, you inflate these prices for fun. I mean, the prices are actual buyers. And for those of you who are hating on us or hating on people who are investing or collecting on it, keep in mind something. These are people who are actually buying the cards. So if you have a problem, you can just hate on them because they're the ones that are investing their money into the cards in the market and their actual sales. People are buying the cards. That's just the way it is. Believe it or not, like it if you don't, it doesn't really matter. I mean, people love these cards and they're very nostalgic to the collectible world of gaming and trading cards. So yeah, so there's gonna be some great videos on other cards we have for sale. I have a couple of friends, clients who sent me their collections, over $100,000 plus each in the collections. So I'll have lots of eBay auctions for the month of March, April, May, and probably June. It'll just probably go on for the rest of the year depending on how busy I am. And I guess, again, I have Magic Fest in August in Las Vegas. All right, guys, so if you guys are interested in these cards, before they're on auction or during the auction, you can always find me at vintagemagic.com. And if you have anything, if you have an offer or something, send me a message before the auction ends. But they will be on our eBay store for auction here in the next few days for about, I think, 10-day auctions. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. It's me, Daniel, with vintagemagic.com. Take care. Bye-bye.